Nothing dramatic. I just stopped. Stopped texting first. Stopped over-explaining myself. Stopped chasing people who could barely be bothered to chase me back. 5 tiny changes. Just 5. At first, they don't notice. Then, they get confused. And then, this is the part nobody expects. They start to panic. Within days, the same people who used to look right through me were blowing up my phone, checking in, asking if I was okay, wondering what changed. Today, I'm going to show you those exact 5 moves, from the smallest one to the most powerful. And the best part? You can start tonight. No fancy tricks, no fake personality, just simple stuff that actually works. Here's what you need to understand first. Silence isn't weakness. Most people think going quiet means you lost, you gave up, you ran out of things to say. Wrong. Silence is the loudest thing you own, and almost nobody uses it because almost nobody can sit in it. That's exactly why it works. When you finally learn to go quiet on purpose, you stop being someone people manage and start being someone people wonder about. So let me show you the 5 moves. Do even one of them, and you'll feel the shift this week. 1. Go completely silent. No warnings. Here's what most people do when they feel ignored. They get louder, they text again, they double text, they post something sad and vague hoping the right person sees it. They make noise, thinking noise will make people care. It does the opposite. Noise makes you easy to ignore because you're always there. Think about it like this. You don't notice the sound of a fan running in your room. It's constant, so your brain tunes it out. But the second it switches off, you look up. The silence is what gets your attention, not the sound. That's you. When you're always available, always texting, always reacting, you become the fan nobody hears. So here's what you do. You switch off. No goodbye text, no I need space speech. You just stop reaching out. Watch what happens. The people who tuned you out suddenly hear the silence, and they look up. 2. Never explain the silence. This is where most people ruin it. They go quiet for one day, then they can't handle it, so they tell someone why. I'm just taking a break from everyone. I've been feeling distant lately. Stop. The second you explain your silence, you cancel it out. Now it's not power. Now it's a cry for attention with extra steps. Here's why this matters. Unexplained silence makes people's brains itch. They can't close the loop. They start asking themselves the questions you want them asking. Did I do something? Are they okay? Why aren't they reaching out like they used to? That discomfort, that not knowing, that's the engine. And the moment you explain, you switch the engine off and hand them the answer for free. So when someone asks why you've been quiet, you don't unload. You smile and say, I've just been focused on some things. That's it. Calm, short, closed. You give them nothing to hold on to and everything to wonder about. 3. Cut off the supply. You have to understand what you've been giving people without realizing it. Your instant replies, your quick laugh at their jokes, you're dropping everything the second they need you. That's supply. It's fuel. And as long as you keep handing it over, people have no reason to value you because they never run out. Weak habits give the supply away for free. Strong habits make it scarce. When something is always available, it feels worthless. When it becomes rare, suddenly everyone wants it. You didn't change. The availability did. So, cut the supply. When they finally do reach out, don't answer in 3 seconds. Don't write a paragraph. Don't perform how happy you are to hear from them. Be warm but brief. Be busy with your real life. You're not being cold. You're just no longer pouring yourself into people who got used to drinking for free. And the moment the supply runs low, they feel it. That's when the panic starts. 4. Pour it back into yourself. Here's the part most people skip, and it's the part that makes everything else real. Going quiet doesn't work if you spend the silence sitting in your room refreshing their profile. That's not silence. That's chasing with the sound off. Real silence has somewhere to go. All that energy you used to spend texting first, waiting around, replaying conversations, you redirect it. Into the gym, into a skill, into people who actually pour back into you, into becoming someone you'd respect. And here's the magic part. People feel this even from a distance. When you go quiet and fall apart, it reads as sad. When you go quiet and start glowing, it reads as terrifying to the people who took you for granted. They expected you to crumble without them. Instead, you got sharper, you got busier, you got better. And nothing makes someone panic faster than watching the person they ignored become someone they suddenly can't reach. 5. Stay unbothered when they test you. This is the final move, and it's where almost everyone throws away all their progress. Because the silence works. It always works. Sooner or later they come back, but they come back small. A random, "Hey stranger," a like on an old photo. "We should catch up sometime." These aren't real effort. They're tests. They're checking if the old you is still in there, still waiting, ready to light up the second they snap their fingers. Here's what weak habits do. They get excited. They reply instantly. They act like nothing happened, and just like that, all the power drains out of the room. You taught them the silence meant nothing. Here's what you do instead. You stay calm, you stay unbothered. If you respond at all, you keep it short and light. "Hey, hope you're well." No rush, no flood of questions, no relief leaking through. Because the truth is simple. If someone actually realized what they lost, they wouldn't tap a lazy like. They'd show up properly. So you hold your calm and you let their small effort meet your steady silence. That contrast is what makes the regret sink all the way in. But here's the secret nobody tells you about going quiet. It was never really about them. If you go silent just to make someone panic, you're still attached to them, you're still performing, you're still waiting by the window for a reaction, and people can feel that, even through the silence. The silence only becomes powerful when it stops being a strategy and starts being a life. When you go quiet because you finally have better things to fill the space with. When you stop reaching out, not to teach them a lesson, but because you genuinely stop needing the noise. That's the version they can't beat. Because you're not waiting for them to come back anymore. You're somewhere else entirely, building a life so full you barely notice they're gone. And the moment they realize that, that's the panic. Not because you left, because you don't need them to come back. So let's make it simple. 1. Go completely silent, no warnings. 2. Never explain the silence. 3. Cut off the supply. 4. Pour that energy back into yourself. 5. Stay unbothered when they come back testing you. Don't try to do all 5 today. That's how people overwhelm themselves and quit. Pick one. Just one. Maybe this week you simply stop texting first. That's it. Do it once, watch what shifts, and then add the next one. Small moves, loud results. If this opened your eyes even a little, hit that subscribe button. One click, that's all I'm asking, and you've got this whole playbook for free. Because next, I'm breaking down exactly what to say when they finally come back, word for word. And trust me, you're going to want that one ready before it happens. Now go be quiet and watch everything change.